I denounced my membership for 16 years when I became a Hebrew Israelite. As an Israelite, we don't have only covenant we're allowed to have according to scripture is with the Most High, pillar in the community. So it's, not by chance I'm doing what I'm doing now and how I'm doing it. Give my life over to him, and then whatever I need was going to actually find me. Right now, there's an agenda against Africa. They don't want you to see America falling and then to see Africa rising. They don't want you to look at Burkina Faso. They don't want you to see this new wave that's happening, how everyone is getting rid of the dollar. You guys have to understand that's a big deal. That means one kingdom is falling and one is rising. I'm on this journey of learning who this people is. This one group of people that don't got a land, that don't got a language, that don't own an airport, that don't got their own currency, that don't have camaraderie, that don't have unity. Like, I'm learning, why is this one group of people targeted? And so I'm on this journey of how special this one group of people is.
Right.
And that is me. Ghana Consultations is a one-stop shop. So what I want to do is alleviate scam, I want to alleviate delay, and I want to alleviate the stress.
Okay.
Because I've been in Ghana almost 5 years. You lived in Ghana as well.
Yes, I did.
So the one thing we both know, and anybody that know, Ghana is hard. From the moment you step off the plane, it's difficult.
Sure.
I'm getting ready to do an interview with the fabulous Joe. You are welcome.
We are here with Aleta Israel. She has established Ghana Consultations in 2021 amidst the vibrant landscapes of Asebu, and we're going to get a tour of the estate in a moment. She's a visionary Hebrew Israelite hailing from Chicago, Illinois, with a deep-rooted commitment to assisting our people in transitioning back home. Ghana Consultations was created as a trusted platform dedicated to helping our people come home. So thank you for doing this, Aleta. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. And, we've talked a number of times on the internet. This is our first time meeting in person.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's been over 2 years.
Yeah.
We've been talking on the line for 2 years. Finally got a chance to come here to the Asebu area. So I'm excited to be able to interview you and talk about your story to the audience.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here. You are welcome to my home.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to start from the beginning. You and I have done some interviews before, but I don't think we've gotten your full background. So can we start from where you were born and where you were raised?
Okay. I was actually born in Waukegan, Illinois.
Okay.
And so that is about 30, 40 minutes outside of Chicago. So that's when people ask, we just say Chicago because everybody's like, where is that? So it's a small town, very small town. I went to college in Whitewater, Wisconsin, which is about 3 hours from where I'm from.
Sure.
And so that was a 4-year experience. Since then, traveled the world because my former work was an international runway model.
Okay.
So I've lived in Vegas, I've lived in Atlanta, I've lived in New York, traveled to Brazil, Mexico, Paris, London, just with my career. So I've been somewhat everywhere. I got some of everything in me, not to mention I was partly raised in Mississippi.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of my childhood and a lot of my summers and, Christmas holidays in Mississippi with my mom's side of the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So what did you study in college?
I actually studied theater dance.
Really?
Yeah, I had a theater dance major and I had a speech minor.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it turned out to be extremely pointless because the industry I was going in ended up being international modeling.
Sure.
And you don't need a degree for that. You need skill set. You need to know the right people.
Right.
So yeah, I ended up being in #1 movies in America. I ended up being on billboards, magazines that was in Walmart. And I didn't use my degree at all.
Sure.
But back up, I didn't even graduate. So let's just say I had a semester left before I was scheduled to graduate. And what happened was I ran out of financial aid because I did a lot of study abroad programs in college.
Okay.
So I ran out of financial aid. And also I discovered my confidence. See, I went from the nerd turned chic. That's my story.
Okay.
So in high school, I was like this geek, 4-eyed, nappy hair. I didn't know what to do with it, just a lot of hair. And then I was a church girl. Okay. So I always wore skirts. Everybody always say, here come Elita, let's go. She gonna ask us to come to Bible study.
Okay.
When I got to college, I don't know, my girl let her hair down. She put some contacts in and took the glasses off. And so my confidence grew.
Sure.
And then I pledged Delta Sigma Theta sorority.
Okay, Delta.
Yeah, I'm not Delta anymore.
Okay.
I did not. I denounced my membership after 16 years when I became a Hebrew Israelite. As an Israelite, we don't have only covenant we're allowed to have according to scripture is with the Most High. We're not to create covenants with anyone else. And being in that sorority, I had to create a covenant. So I denounced that after 16 years of being a Delta.
Wow.
And so, yeah, my journey just grew into like this confident, outspoken person. Not to mention I'm firstborn. I'm the oldest of 10 children. So I've always been this leader and this pillar in the community. So it's, not by chance I'm doing what I'm doing now and how I'm doing it. I've always been like the leader, even as the church girl. Like I was the one that they came to, like that they asked for help or prayer. College definitely brought my confidence up, just kind of helped me to learn myself and who I was. And finally was able to see my leadership ability, although I was always in it. Started dating for the first time. Okay. So, so it's just like that became my adult life. It was the beginning, a creation of who I really am.
So from that time to moving to Ghana, what did you do in your career? You mentioned you modeled. I remember at one point in time you told me you worked at Walmart. Yeah. You did a bunch of different odds and ends of jobs, right?
Yeah. So, modeling was the forefront of my life. That's basically what I did. But there was times that I had to get odd jobs. So Walmart not into play yet.
Okay.
Right? The odd jobs consist of, I was a police dispatcher. So I would say 1021, 1024, 1033. And so I had that job for 2 years. That's what I would do to kind of have a income coming in, because modeling was a hit and miss at the time in the beginning. And so I've done a lot of jobs. I've been a waitress. I have great customer service because of how I used to waitress. I used to make sure I get them tips up. And so I anticipate what you need before you even know you needed it, honey.
Okay.
I've done a lot of odd jobs, whatever I had to do to make money. But as my career started picking up, I was even too busy to have regular jobs, because even if I didn't have the money, it didn't matter, because I had a casting call, I had audition, I had rehearsals, I had photo shoots. Pretty much I started to elevate in my modeling career. And then, that got me filming with Taraji P, Henson and Janelle Monáe and Octavia Spencer, and made my family proud, because, it was times where they can walk into Walgreens or Walmart and I would be on the cover of the magazine, or they will open the magazine and I would be inside of it. So it's like, my daughter on TV, my sister, So that was kind of my journey, odd jobs, until my modeling picked up. Then it comes a time where I was wondering why my career wasn't taking me where the white girls was going.
Okay.
And then I started learning that I was too clean. I was too pure. I wasn't getting dirty enough in this game.
I see.
All the dirt that would come my way, I will dismiss it. I would turn it down. I wouldn't think about it. It was just an automatic, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
But then later, I would realize my peers was doing that. And I'm like, that's how you got that job, okay, girl. So I would be in Paris with these girls, London, and I would find out later, whereas I made about $3,000 and they paid for my flight and hotel, these girls were making like $13,000 for that same opportunity.
Okay.
And so they would be trying to minimize my natural hair. They would have me in these wigs, pounds and pounds of makeup, to the point where I don't even wear makeup now. Today, I just can't do makeup. It's just too hot for that, first of all.
Right.
Second of all, I wore it so much that I didn't know my beauty. I didn't know how I looked. So when I had days off and I didn't have makeup on, I would not think I was pretty. Unless I looked like that, that's how I thought, that's what I thought made my beauty. And so when I decided that modeling wasn't for me, the industry was too dirty. And if you stayed surface, you just was going to be surface.
Right.
You had to get dirty to get the real money. And I wasn't willing to do that. So the Most High showed me how I needed to basically give my life over to Him and stop chasing money, stop chasing men, stop chasing opportunities, and just focus on self-love, focus on foundation, substance, and then whatever I need was going to actually find me.
Okay.
And it did.
Okay. So I want to talk to you about that transition, right? Before we get into how you got to Ghana, your name is Aleta Israel, right? This is Israel Estate. So I do want to talk about how you made that transition, because you mentioned you were into the Bible a lot early in life, and you were kind of that Christian girl. Mm-hmm. So how did that transition get into finding your way into your current spiritual journey?
Yes, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Basically, I went from Christianity. So, in no shade to the Christians, I'm not here to defame or put anyone down. Whatever you believe and whatever you love is what you believe and what you love. From my understanding and my journey, Christianity belief and walk with the Most High was very surface.
Okay.
It wasn't like, for example, scripture clearly tells us we can't eat pork. It say don't even touch it. But Christians will say, oh, we've done away with the laws, so we can eat pork. We just need to pray over it. So, but then Christians will also say, bring your tithes to the storehouse. Bring me the money. That's in the same book, Leviticus, that tells you to bring your tithes to the storehouse. It also say don't eat pork. So if the laws are done away with, then the laws are done away with. You don't need to bring your tithes. So the thing is, we don't get to pick and choose what we believe and what we will do and what we won't do. The Israelites were focused on lifestyle, and not all of them, because I know you probably heard the horror stories about us. I know a lot of us out there in our Ninja Turtle outfits, and we all like, I get it. Like, no shade to anyone, but it's just like you have good Christians and bad Christians. You have good Hebrew Israelites, you have bad Israelites. And so how I transitioned into it is because I was already into the Bible, but I didn't have a proper understanding of it. I just wanted to, be a good person. And so I had an ex-boyfriend who knew that I was into my Bible, that I wasn't, the same girl I was in high school or anything, but I still was like caught up in just trying to be a good person, to write things according to the scriptures. So long story short, he come to me and he say, you know this Bible, but you don't know it how you should know it. And I'm like, what does that even mean? He's like, you're the children of Israel. Black people is the children of Israel. This is the biggest lie, best kept secret of the world. We're the real Jews. That's why they call themselves Jewish, because it's like blackish. It's not really black, or childish, like you're acting like a child. So the Jewish people, they know they are not the children of Israel. They know they are not the real Jews. That's why they call themselves Jewish. We are the real Jews. You are the real Jews. That stems from the word Judah, which is the tribe of Judah, which is one of the 12 tribes that descended from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's lineage. With that being said, I started understanding my history through this Bible. I started being able, the words start coming alive, where they were like telling a story of my foremothers and forefathers. It wasn't no longer just a book to keep you on the right path, to turn the other cheek. Like, it wasn't just a book that didn't mean anything. It started to be a book that showed me how to eat, what not to eat, what to say, what not to say, how to, it started to be my laws. Like, that's what Torah is. It's the first 5 books of the Bible, and it's the laws of the Most High that this special type of people have to follow. That's why we have high blood pressure, because you're not following your dietary law. You can't do what the other nations can do. Chinese people can eat roaches all day. Your system wasn't built like that. They can eat crab legs and shrimp. All that is wrote out that stay away from it. Why is it so specifically caring about our diet? And so I just started seeing how the difference, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am more blessed because I've chose to follow the laws and keep the commandments versus to just talking about them and, just kind of being, I don't know, Christians just feel like they can do it one day. They don't have to do it one day. So that transition came about where this ex-boyfriend was telling me, ask the Most High to give you understanding. You're the children of Israel. Like, we the real, prize of the world. They call us the salt of the earth. They call us the light of the world. And so they're talking about black people. This book is black people. Slavery is in this book. It talks about slavery. And so there's no white folks in this book. And so when I started to understand that they was in Africa in this book, and it ain't even nothing you got to read between the lines. It's in there. But if your pineal gland or if your mind is shut off to the truth, you're not going to see it. So once I started really understanding this book, I started trying to do whatever I needed to do to keep the laws in this book. And then my life started changing.
Okay, so you made that.
That was a lot.
Yeah,
sorry.
no, I'm with you. So you transitioned to a Hebrew Israelite. And how did that connect to your moving to Ghana?
Prior to moving to Ghana, I had understood that I was the chosen seed of the Most High about 3 or 4 years prior.
Okay.
So now I'm on this awakened journey. I'm just trying to learn who I am. Our history didn't start with slavery. Right. I'm learning that now, wow, so I'm on this journey of learning who this people is. This one group of people that don't got a land, that don't got a language, that don't own an airport, that don't got their own currency, that don't have camaraderie, that don't have unity. I'm learning, why is this one group of people targeted? And so I'm on this journey of how special this one group of people is.
Right.
And that is me. And so as I'm on this journey of learning who I am, where I come from, who is my real ancestors, I'm also, caring about getting my DNA tested. And I'm just on this certain journey. So because of, if you seek, you will find. If you knock, the door will be open. So now I'm on a journey where I'm asking questions and I'm seeking the knowledge. And so it's finding me. With that being said, I now disown my sorority, denounce my membership. I now set down my career as an international runway model. No more lingerie modeling, no more swimsuit modeling, like just trying to be as modest and, as feminine, if you will, as possible, because the world I come from, it pushes masculinity.
Sure.
And it forced me to be in a masculine position, being the oldest of 10, having a mother that was on drugs and a father that was a Rolling Stone. I just always been in this masculine position. And so this journey helped me to try to find my peace, my femininity, try to calm down. And so with that journey, I had to sit down and give away a lot of things. Then I don't know what happened. 2020 rolled around. I'm on my journey. I'm at Walmart because I can't model no more. And I'm living with my uncle and he's telling me, you're fine, figure it out. We understand you've been modeling for 15 years. We've seen you. We know you ain't no bum. Sit down, chill. Right. And I got bored. And they had this flyer going around my town. We looking for Christmas help. We gonna pay you. It was like a stupid amount to me. I'm like, they gonna pay you that at Walmart? So I said, my uncle, I'm finna work at Walmart. He's like, you finna go work at Walmart? I was like, yeah. So becoming from an international model, I'm #1 movie in America. Yeah. And I'm at Walmart scanning people food. And I'm happy because it's the most peace I've found and had in a long time. That industry is not easy. And so I'm like, how you doing? Hi, welcome to Walmart. And I'm just scanning and putting it in the bag. Yeah. And they're like, you are so beautiful. You should be a model. And I'm playing it off really? I never thought of that before. I don't even want to talk about that life. So I get stuck in Walmart for 2 years because they liked my customer service. They like how some people came in my line. I'm going to wait for Elita. And so they made me a CSM, which is a customer service manager. Okay. And so when you become a CSM, this is a world I don't know. This is what people live in America as that I never experienced, meaning you have a good paying job that covers your dental, that covers your health, that give you a 401k. I wasn't in that world. Right. Okay. So now I had a issue with my teeth. So I got my teeth fixed from Walmart. I got my glasses together from Walmart. Walmart helped me get some insurance. So I'm thinking oh, this what people doing? Y'all just taking care of y'all families like this. It's cool. So then the Most High was like, no, girl, you was not going to work at Walmart. That's just a pit stop. So I was the customer service manager. I ended up being there 2 years. And then, 2020, something just hit me. Now, mind you, I had been to Ghana 15 years prior to 2020 because I went as a study abroad program in college. And so we came to Kumasi, Cape Coast, and Accra. Okay. So I knew about Ghana. So when this light bulb came on and said it's time to leave America, it was more or less Africa was definitely it. But I only knew Ghana. I couldn't say anything about anywhere else. I only had been here. So this is where I came. And so when I decided that I was coming to Ghana, everything worked out for my favor. That's why I'm saying when you keep these laws and you repent, you don't gotta think for yourself no more. You don't gotta stress for yourself. Your battle, not yours. So with that being said, I got fired from Walmart. Okay. Because I have horrible menstruals. And so I kept, every time that month roll around, I would be calling off. And they got tired of that and I didn't care. Because it's Walmart. I'm not trying to have a career. So I didn't really care what they was thinking. So they got fed up with me and they fired me. Okay. And so I got unemployment because I had been there for a minute. Sure. So let me tell you the favor and the blessings of the Most High. As soon as I got fired, I got 2 unemployment checks and the world went to shit. Everybody in the world needed unemployment now. Yeah. They all was trying to get in line to get what I got. There was an increase in unemployment for a minute. I got it first because I was already in line. And I knew countless of people, including my family, that was trying to get in there in that line, get them checks rolling. And so now you got me already unemployed. 2 months before the world knew they was about to be unemployed. Right. And then you got me getting the increase of the unemployment because they did some type of thing. I got it first. Then you got stimulus checks rolling around. Right. I'm first in line for it all. Okay. So now I'm getting checks after checks for just doing nothing just because the world is going crazy right now. I don't even know why. So I already know I'm leaving this year. I just didn't put dates into action. So for some reason, the Most High told me October 1st, leave. Now this is is in February, all this is happening. February 2020 is when the shit hit the fan. Can I curse on your channel?
Yeah,
so when everything hit the fan, it was 2020.
Yeah.
By like March, everybody was scrambling, scrounging, trying to get it. I'm now just collecting checks, sitting back, watching everybody like stress. And so I knew by come July, I got all these little checks. Mind you, I'm still a model from the last 15 years. I got a little money.
Okay.
And so I got all of that. And so I say, October 1st, I'm going to leave America and I'm going to go to Ghana because that's all I know. Okay. So the last thing I want to say about this is leading up to October 1st, they shut down the borders. Right. You couldn't leave the country. Mm-hmm. I ain't know nothing about this. I'm just being obedient. I went online, bought my ticket. They let me buy it. Why they let me buy it if I couldn't leave? Mm-hmm. So now I'm trying to tell family members, hey, I'm leaving America. It's not the same as when I was traveling. I'm moving. So they're used to me saying I'm going somewhere, but they wasn't used to me saying I'm leaving and never coming back. The Most High told me don't come back. And they're like, what? You going to Africa and never coming back? And I'm like, yes. And so they're like almost laughing at me because the borders is closed. And they like, this girl done bought a plane ticket and she can't leave the country. Mm. So I told them, I don't know what to tell y'all. I was obedient. I don't know what's going on with the borders, but on October 1st, I'm leaving this country. They opened those borders at the end of September.
Okay.
And then I left on October 1st and landed in Ghana October 2nd, 2020, almost 5 years now.
Wow. Okay. So when you got here, how did you decide where you were going to go, right? Because most people go to Accra. We are not in Accra.
Yeah.
So how did you determine where you wanted to live? You mentioned you went to Kumasi, you went to a few other places. Had you come to Cape Coast and the Asebu area when you were here on your original trip?
Yes.
Okay, so you had already been in this area. Mm-hmm. Okay, but what brought you back here this time?
Okay, so I actually did land in Accra. I was there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And so I had a host family. They was hosting me. So the way it all came about is I was a part of a collective and we all, so I thought, was buying land together. So I had learned about these people on YouTube. And so I had reached out to the owner of this collective and said, hey, I love what y'all doing. I'm a young single woman. I'm coming to Ghana no matter what. And I just ran across your channel.
Sure.
I want, a plot of land. Can I get one? He like, yeah, the membership fee is this, do this, do this. And so I just did it all in faith. I didn't know these people from a can of paint. And so I did it. It ended up being a bunch of mess. Mm-hmm. But that is how I got here because he had a, let's just say, boarding house, like for his members. It's a place you can come stay. I think he give you like a month or something until you're able to find you a place to stay, find your way around Ghana, the central region. And so I went from this family being hosting me in Accra to this collective staying in this boarding house and, thinking I have a few weeks to a month before I could have to find my own place. I ended up only being there for like about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then I found me a house to stay. And that actually started my journey in the central region of Ghana.
So then you came to the central region. You knew you wanted to buy before you got here or when you got here? Okay, so let's talk through the journey of how you got to the point that you wanted to buy land. Mm-hmm. How did you get to that decision?
Well, I knew I wanted to buy land. I didn't know if it was possible or not. Okay. The only thing I knew is that I wanted freedom. I wanted to own myself. I had sat still in America, and I had came to the conclusion that I couldn't win. That I can work this job. I did the calculation, say, in 10 years, I can make this much at the highest paid job there. I still wouldn't be able to afford solar systems. Right. I still wouldn't be able to get my own borehole because I got to get permits and permission. It's $100,000. Like, I'm exaggerating, but it's a whole bunch of money. And then they have to approve it, which they normally don't. Collecting rainwater. Let's look that way. Can I just set up buckets, buy me some, I can just collect rainwater? No, it's illegal. And so I'm like, everything the Most High has given us for free, I can't have here. Like, I can't even trust the sky, the chemtrails, the food GMO. Any way I look to try to have a long life and create some wealth for myself, break some generational curses, it was impossible. And I had a whole notebook trying to map it out. And I could have got the highest paid job there. I could have become a doctor. And I still wasn't going to be able to have actual freedom. Because even with all that money that we call freedom, I still was going to be paying property taxes. I still wasn't going to have my own water supply. I still was going to have to follow homeowners association rules. So I need to match my garbage can with my neighbor. Like, I need to pay the monthly. It just was no way out. So long story short, I wanted that, but I didn't know if it was possible. So when I came here, this collective offered you 1 or 2 plots of land. So I took 1 or 2 plots of land from them, and we started doing things as a collective. Okay. That didn't work out, but it showed me the road to drilling a borehole. Okay. I saw my first land cleared. I saw my first bulldozer in person. Okay. So this collective, I won't ever take anything from them. Now, it was a whole scandal behind all this, all over YouTube. It was a big thing.
I've heard about it.
But I will not take from that collective because I wouldn't have been in the situation. I hate a cry. So I would have been there stressing and trying to figure out where to go, where the best place to go. I wouldn't have been in the Central region, which is my love. I love it here. It's biblical and historical here. I wouldn't have had the journey started on trying to develop land and knowing what that looked like in clearing land. And just, I wouldn't have been able to understand how to start really building relationships with that type of people. Sure. I started that there. So everything that it was to everybody, I'm sorry for that. For me, it wasn't that. I got what I needed out of that collective, and it got me. I'm here where I am today because of that collective.
Which came first, Ghana Consultations or your building project on your own?
Motherland Essentials came first.
Okay, Motherland Essentials. So let's talk about Motherland Essentials.
So the first year in Ghana, obviously, so you probably heard a lot of on how I only had $3,000 when I was here. Yeah. It's not true. I actually had $3,000 when I was done getting myself situated. Okay. So I had got me a house. I had got me some transportation. I didn't have transportation yet. I had got me a house, some place to stay. I had paid the rent for like 2 years. Okay. I had started my business, which is Motherland Essentials. I bought everything I need, from labels to t-shirts to butters to oils to whipping machines, everything I needed to create my laboratory. I went and got licensed and certified as a formulator to look at your skin and tell you what you need and how I can enhance it, and know different skin types, hair types, everything like that, all natural. And so I had invested in something first, and I had used my money to give me a foundation here. Okay. When I was done with all of that, I had $3,000 to clear up all of what people thinking. She flew to Africa with $3,000. No. So anyway, after I got that business together, I started making body butters, beard oils, bar soap, like powders, like moringa powders and neem powders package, mosquito repellent, and deodorant. Okay. So I had 7 products that I had mastered and formulated and had gotten down to the science, to the point so much so that when I started Ghana Consultations, I didn't have any time for Motherland Essentials anymore. I hadn't used my time to train anyone yet. I was still kind of getting myself going. When I started Ghana Consultations, I had people still asking for my products for 1 year straight. I just had to tell them for 1 year, I'm coming, I'm sorry. So I had really got it to where I was shipping to America. I was at every vending booth, every little market that had something. I set up a table and was there with my display. Okay. So that was my first business. That's how I was making my money to build. Like, that's what I thought how I was going to build my land. Okay. So with that money, I bought my own 1 plot of land, and I convinced my uncle to buy 2 plots of land. Okay. So that was the first thing I did. And it wasn't no Ghana Consultations. It wasn't no project managers. It wasn't nothing. It was me saying, you can do this. Look at all these diasporas here. They bought land, So I went I met Rabbi Kohen, and then he told me about the Pan-African village and say, hey, it's plenty of people that are by themselves buying land. I'm going to get you a plot of land. And so he helped me get my first plot of land, and then I helped my uncle get their Ghana Consultation organically started forming. Ghana Consultations now, I have 1 plot of land. I know about bulldozers now, and I know I want a water supply because I seen me do it in that collective. And so that's all I got in my mind is I want to clear my land and get a bulldozer. Right. So that's what I did. I found someone with a bulldozer. I paid them. I cleared my land. I documented it. And then I found the person who do the borehole, and I got my own water supply. Those were the first things I knew. So I did them. And then people started saying, hey, I got a plot of land in Asebu too. Can you go clear my land? And I would say, yeah. At the time, I would just go and do it. And then I would say, hey, sis, I did it. I didn't think nobody else would care. I just thought it was 1 or 2 people. I'm just helping them. Right. But as I did more and figured out more and more people kept saying, do me too, me next. And so I started saying, y'all gonna have to pay me because now it's getting so bad that I'm not even doing my own property because I'm using the time and the little strength I got to do theirs. So by the time I'm ready to do mine, I'm hot and tired. I say, I'll just go home. I'll do mine tomorrow. Like, so it just started flowing and flowing and flowing. So when I bought my one plot of land and I first told Rabbi Cohen that someone had asked me to do it for them, he said, you know, you should actually help the Pan-African Village sell some of those plots because people like you. They like your personality and they will believe and trust in this country and this project because they believe in you. I said, that's actually true. People really do mess with me. Like, it's been that way all my life. I started saying, hey guys, I got consultations, you know, if you want to know about Ghana or buying land, I can talk to you about it. Just call this number, no price. Just want to tell them about it. Then you start getting people that just want to date me on the line. You started getting people that just can't believe I'm a single woman that moved to this continent. Like, you ain't scared? So, and then you start getting nobody buying no land. So I went back to Rabbi and I said, you know what? I'm not doing this for free. It's really time consuming and stressful. And he said, well, don't do it for free. Put a little price on it. That's how you weed out who real from who not real. So I put a small $50 fee on it. And I said, hey guys, $50 consultation. Made me a little flyer, start advertising it. Wasn't getting anybody to pay my $50. Then I got one person to pay my $50. I said, Rabbi, somebody bought a consultation. Oh my God, I'm finna talk to him right now. So then you got 10 people bought a consultation, then 50, then 100, then 200. And so now it's so big, I can't even do my other company anymore. I got to just let that sit. I've done the work for that. So I've done so good with that right now you're the first person that will be introducing this, but I'm opening up a storefront in the next year because it's done. All I have to do is hire the people and train them. So I'm doing a Motherland Essentials storefront down by the dungeon. And so hallelujah for that. As I'm starting to get these consultations in, then I'm not even doing construction. That's why it's called Ghana Consultations. That's why I was never created a name around construction because I wasn't trying to do construction for people. So Ghana Consultations was just, I got a consultation program. I can help you get a plot of land. That's all it was. I wasn't even thinking people was going to come and be like, let me get 12 plots. I wasn't thinking all that. I'm like, everybody, I'm like, everybody come get your one plot of land because that's what I had. So anyways, I'm selling one plot, 2 plot. I'm calling everybody like, they buying it. They doing it. They believe, like, you know, so I'm excited, like, because I now have a business that I'm making money off of being my true authentic self. So it got to the point where it got so big. I was selling so much land and having so many consultations that I started refunding people. I started ignoring people. I didn't have any plan, any system in place. I didn't have no team. It started to be overwhelming to the point where I said, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to send your $50 back. When I get myself together, you can send it back again. So then, if I fast forward a little bit, I met Jay Cameron and I told him, I hate this shit, man. Like, you know I'm hating people. I built the business. I hate it. Like, and so you know what he said? You ain't getting paid enough. That's what he said to me. He said, if you don't like doing consultations and you don't like people paying you for yourself, that means they ain't paying you enough. Your value has went up. And I sat and I thought about that. He said, charge them $100. And I said, I ain't doing it for $100. If they want me, it need to be $150. He said, well, that's what it is, $150. You don't want to do it unless they at least give you $150. So I said, this is good because even the $50 people, they're in a certain bracket. They're not quite ready. The $150 people, they got another $10,000 to start this project. The $50 people needed 3 months to save. Like, and it's okay. It's all right. But what I started to do was weed out even more people who wasn't serious. Ding, 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 ding. 150, 150, 150, 150. I'm like, oh shit, like this is real. So the business kept outgrowing me. So now you're in a situation where I'm mingling with people who've been doing big business. I done got myself to a point where I'm rubbing elbows with 6-figure people. And so they're teaching me, they're like, look, you need to get a secretary. Don't let them talk to you. Or you need to get this and that. So I started getting PMs and supervisors and receptionists and secretaries. And I started my website and trying to organize the logo. Like I started like, oh, this real. Oh, okay. So then I went back to registration office and I changed Ghana Consultations to Ghana Consultations and Constructions. And so that's the name of the company. It's actually called Consultations and Constructions Ghana. Because in Ghana, you can't name a company after it being Ghana unless it's a government-oriented company. So I couldn't have Ghana Consultations. So it's Consultations and Construction Ghana. And so my business literally took a life of its own, and it started being where I got so organized and so together that today it runs itself.
Okay.
I'm here doing an interview with you, but there's plenty work being done right now. There's about 17 people working on something they got to report to me by 3 p.m. today.
Who are the typical customers for Ghana Consultation?
My demographic is the elderly.
Okay.
So I do have about a 15 to 20% of people my age.
Okay.
But the bulk of them are between the ages of 50 and 70.
Okay.
So my demographic is mainly 50 to 70-year-olds and mainly men.
Okay.
The irony is that the women are who contact me.
Okay.
But
their wives.
Yeah,
Okay.
the wives. But a lot of the times it'd be the men who found me online. And so if you look at my analytics on my, YouTube studio, it'll let you know that my demographic is a lot of men or whatever. And so I just kind of put it together like you said, these must be their wives then, because the elderly is my demographic. And like you said, here it's about supply and demand. You don't need to come here and copy anyone or come here and try to tear anyone down to bring you up. You need to come here and sit still and be quiet. Because once you do that, and if you mingle enough and you get around enough, you will start to see where it lacks. We from America, the land that has everything.
Right.
We spoiled to the T.
Yeah.
And so when you come here, you're going to see it's missing a washing bay, like an actual roll through, how we do.
Right.
It's missing a laundromat. Like these are type of things, if you sit down, you will just make money because you're creating a supply for something. Because this is how all my businesses have been forming just organically. What do they need? So now I created an elders program.
Okay.
So that means that once everybody is in their house, it's another program they can sign up with that's going to help them clean their house once a week, feed them, prep their meals, come cook for them, because they're getting older. They're already my elders, so they're going to keep getting older, and I'm their neighbor. I'm their young neighbor. I created this system where we can go clean their house, we can go cook for them. So I created a program that's going to help them be able to sustain themselves, because a lot of them also made up in their mind, they moving whether their children coming or not.
Okay.
They moving whether they sisters and what all that they know in their life. So they're here by themselves like me.
Okay.
And so with that being said, I put myself in a position to say the ones that stick with me and we actually fight this all the way through, they gonna need me as they get older.
Right.
And so I created an elders program for them to actually, help with their medicine, help with their high blood pressure or taking their temperature or whatever. Like they can call a certain number in the middle of the night because they're not feeling well. They don't know what's going on. And I took this program very far. I have a young girl that's been working with me for 5 years. Her name is Gifty. She's been cleaning for me. In America, we say like maid, but I don't like that term. So I call her my house manager. And so she keeps everything clean. She prep my fruits and vegetables. She keep my coconut water supply up. And so she's been helping me for 5 years with whatever, like an assistant. She was only 15 when I met her.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? She close to her 20s or whatever. And so no, she was 13. So she close to 18. So with that being said, I sent her to nursing school, which is why she's not right there by me right now. She's been in nursing school for the last 3 years, and she's getting ready to graduate. And so when we start this elder program, she will be a registered nurse that will be able to go into these houses for the elders and help them, maneuver, help them get out of bed and get dressed. And so I took the program very far. I'm even looking for someone else that I can pay their way nursing school so that we have 2 nurses, and this is a 10-year plan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like that. I like that. So you thought about everything.
I did.
So we talked about who your typical customers are. We talked about how the mission, the company was formed. We even kind of talked about your mission, but I want to ask you specifically, what do you feel like your mission is? Like, what do you want to accomplish with Ghana Consultations?
Ghana Consultations is a one-stop shop. So what I want to do is alleviate scam. I want to alleviate delay. And I want to alleviate the stress.
Okay.
Because I've been in Ghana almost 5 years. You lived in Ghana as well.
Yes, I did.
So the one thing we both know, and anybody that know, Ghana is hard. From the moment you step off the plane, it's difficult.
Sure.
So not only have I arranged to pick my clients up from the airport with a sign being held up in the audience that say Ghana Consultations and water offered to them when they get in the car and bringing them all the way to the central region directly to their land, I wanted to alleviate what you're going to go through here no matter what.
Yep.
So I created a one-stop shop. I want to make sure we help with your off-grid resources. So your water supply, your electricity supply, food. So planting things now. So by the time the house is done, you got full-grown trees.
Right.
So I started this process for them so they can stay in America and use America for what it's for, money. So get the money. You got somebody trustworthy on the ground that's going to do all the work for you. So I do their registration. I do their building permits. I do their blueprints. I get all their receipts. That's their paperwork laying. Then I do all their off-grid resources so they don't have an overhead. So they have no bills for the rest of their life. So they have no loans. This is all on a payment plan system. So there's no loans, there's no overhead, there's no homeowners association, there's no property taxes. And so not only that, but I'm going to put up your wall, put up your storage room. I'm going to build your house for you. Like, all you have to do is stay focused with the program. Don't get deterred from the negativity surrounding the continent of Africa and definitely Ghana, and don't get sidetracked with other people's projects moving faster or slower than yours. If you stay focused, we can get you to the finish line and you're going to be rich as ever. You're going to be so wealthy because you stuck with the program. So what I like to tell people, if you decide to come through me and go through my program, don't be worrying about getting to Ghana right now. In your mind, say you already here because I'm here representing you.
Sure.
And I'm doing everything for you as if it was my own.
Okay.
So the only thing they're hearing from me is an update of where we are and job is done. I had to really legitimize my business just because I had to let Ghanaians know how I was about to be moving. And then where my leverage came from, where I got such a great team. I don't deal with delays. My team is here before me. I don't deal with any more delays. I don't deal with any more overcharging. I don't deal with the lack of quality in the work. And so the reason is because my leverage is how many clients I have.
Sure.
I'm bringing them 70 different people they got to do a wardrobe for. This guy got to do 70 of these TV units. And so he don't want to mess up this one time because he want the next one to get that call. So my leverage is I have so much work for them. I've been in business for 4 years since last month, and we have worked Monday through Friday consistently for 4 years straight. That means that these workers have income they look forward to either monthly or weekly. It depends on what your position is. You either get paid every Friday. Today is payroll. Right after we done, I'm going to do payroll. Today you get paid, or if you on staff, it's every month you get paid.
Okay.
So they never had consistent money flowing like this. And they don't want to lose that. Their wives see the difference. Their children see the difference. I had to flex a whole bunch when I first started this job because you have to remember, I'm a female. I'm in Ghana and I'm in construction. None of that was respected. Okay? As a woman, no respect. In Ghana, single woman, no respect. And then you want to have a nerve to want to do construction, no respect. So I had to flex my first year on everybody. I had to act a fool just to be heard. And what does that look like? That looked like me coming to my site and no one's there. And so I'm waiting on workers. So when workers get there, go home. Everybody go home. You're not getting paid today.
Okay.
So I had to literally show them, and now they will tell you, madam, don't play. And it ain't being mean to them, I'm their boss.
Right.
And it's you're not going to play with me, and you're not going to destroy my name and my business, and you're not going to have clients talking crazy about me. And I know the standard we come from. So I have an obligation to uphold that standard. And they're also appreciative of that standard I'm pushing them to. And so my security guy just named his daughter after me.
Really?
He have a newborn daughter, and he come to my office and say, please, can I name her Aleta Israel?
Wow.
After crying, I realized the impact that we're actually having not only in Ghana, but in the individual families. 88 employees, that's a lot of families.
That's what I was going to ask you next, is how many people do you employ? So 88 different people.
88 Ghanaian people, and that consists of, I said, receptionist, secretary. I got 2 project managers. I got 2 supervisors. I got a gatekeeper, someone to secure the land from sundown to sunup. I have, I don't know how many masons and helpers, but then you got carpenters, you got steel benders, you got painters, you got electricians, plumbers. You got the roofing people. You got the people who do my POP. You got the flooring company. You got the wardrobe and kitchen company. You got the painter. Yep. Like I have an entire one. You got my solar guy. You know, you got my my security guy that do the electrical wire and the cameras, the CCTV.
Right.
I have a lot of families that I feed. And so I want to take this time to say for everyone out there that just wants to destroy what I'm doing by calling me a scammer, by saying that I have no customer service and my attitude is horrible. You guys don't know enough to try to create this narrative about me. What you're trying to create a narrative about me and run off with this negativity. But I want you to know what you're really doing by doing that. You're really destroying food in the mouths of 88 different families that's been feeding themselves only this way. They don't have other jobs. Only through this company for the past 4 years. You're destroying different people's homes. Not only that, but we have almost 70 elders that trust me to get them out of that debt. And so what you trying to destroy what I'm doing, you're not bringing me down. My house is done. My bills is paid. I have 6 other incomes that I have, including YouTube. So if I was to let y'all make me quit, you wouldn't be hurting me. You would be hurting my elders, and you would be hurting the Ghanaians, the local Ghanaians here that's been being able to go to that market every single Saturday. So they giving money to their wives every Saturday so they can go to that market and feed their families. So think about that when you just see my success and get mad. Stop with all the wahala. That's what we say in Ghana. Stop all the wahala, because it's not true, and you guys are not destroying me. You're destroying the people I'm actually helping. So sorry for that, but I'm sick of them. Like
public service announcement.
Yeah, public service announcement. Like, stop it.
Now I'd like to get to the part where I ask you about what business is like in Ghana. You talked a little bit about how difficult it is.
Yeah.
And so on that, I want to say, what are some of the biggest challenges you've seen? Now, you talked about some of them, people not showing up, people not respecting you as a woman.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to mention as challenges starting a business here in Ghana?
So those were some of my beginning challenges. As of now, with my program, we care about securing the property first. We don't go right to the house. It's more expensive the way we do it because you could have put all that money into your house.
Right.
But what I've learned is those that's going right to the house is getting their electrical wire stolen 3 and 4 times. They're getting their material taken. So the money you would spend to correct that theft, you could have just put a fence wall up and a couple cameras.
Sure.
And so the route we take takes a little longer than everyone else. It's a little bit more expensive than everyone else. So what I'm learning now that we're getting to some of the houses, because the first 2 years it was just a lot of fence walls. Now that we get some to the houses, I'm learning their finishing ability, desire to have a proper finish or not, or lack thereof. And so because I'm from America, those things matter to me.
Yep.
The smallest things we care about. And so when it comes to this POP ceiling, I have so many people come in my house and say, oh my God, I've seen great work, but this is immaculate. They see no fiber. They see nothing. And so that was one of the challenges when I first started doing the inside of the houses is learning that they are not I don't got good contractors. This is not a great finish.
Right.
So I had to hire and rehire. Some of them are worth working with because they do want to get better. And so that was a thing, just trying to weed out who's actually mastering their craft versus who just been doing some little petty jobs here and there.
Right.
So I learned who got licenses, who real and who not. Because in Ghana, everybody do everything.
Yep.
Okay, the painter would be like, yeah, I do boreholes. And the borehole guy was like, sure, I build houses. It's like everybody will do everything. And so I started to weed out zone in on their different skill sets and what they have mastered, not that they trying to keep the money for everything.
Right.
I don't have a lot of issues. My issue is with my own people at this point, because you know what it is? It's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
And so I've made up in my mind, can't nothing stop me or hurt me. So Ghana doesn't stress me like it used to.
Right.
Ghana don't stress me like it stress other people who come here and live here and can't make it.
Right.
So for me, I don't have those type of issues because when they arise up, it's just kind of like they've calmed me down, and you just kind of deal with it and move on. So the issues I'm having is with my own diaspora people, for real. That's unfortunate.
One time we talked and you mentioned patience is a challenge for those folks, right?
Yes.
Because some things take a little longer here than they do back home.
Yeah.
So is that one of the challenges you're still continuing to see with folks?
Yeah, it's like they don't understand. For example, the Central Region have one lands commission for the entire Central Region. So it's one office doing everybody's indenture. Right. It's so much land here. Can you imagine how much paperwork that is?
Sure.
Mind you, they don't have the systems. A lot of it is still handwritten and all that. It's hard to answer these questions because I'm at a space in my business where we've weeded out the negativity. We've weeded out who's not for my company, who I'm not vibing with personality wise. And so I don't have clients that are impatient anymore. They all, if I tell them anything, they all say, okay, no problem. They're all okay with the journey they're taking. They're all okay with how slow they're moving or fast they're moving. They're okay with the systems I created. The problems I'm having is just YouTube, just these people that never been here or been here one time, or people I've refunded but won't let it go. That's the issues I'm having. It's hard to answer these questions because the Most High done got me to a point where my feet up, y'all. I ain't got no complaints about Ghana. It's hot as hell. Yeah. It's hot for no reason.
That's for sure.
It's been 4 years. So I've weeded out who don't got no money for real by raising certain prices. When it comes to, just starting a journey, I've weeded out who I have personality clashes with. It's like, we just not gonna work, baby. Here go your money. I've weeded out people who are impatient or some people, another thing that happened is my people let me take them on this entire journey.
Sure.
Then they finally get here. Now they start their own journey, which is okay. They start finding their own drivers. They start finding their own team and their own tribe.
Sure.
But what happens is they start trying to destroy me while they build up their name here.
I see.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the one that, I'd be so confused, but you have to backtrack and you have to remember that this business have grown beyond you. It's no longer about you. It's bigger than you. And so I have to remember, listen, my project manager said it best. Big vision bring opposition.
Okay.
So my vision is so big, it's so much happening that the world can see. And yes, the oppositions come, but guess what? It's from people who never been to Ghana or been one time, or that's just simply jealous. So I don't know how to explain the problems. Any problem, I just fix them.
Now, what would you say is the advice you would give to anybody who's planning to move to Ghana?
I would tell you to shut out the negativity because just on average, there's a lot of wahala or folly that surrounds the name Ghana or just the continent of Africa. You just have a lot of people just bad-mouthing it, bashing it. It is a lot of scams going on. It is a lot of horror stories. There is a lot of theft. Everything you hear, it might be true, but it don't mean it's your story. Focus on your journey and your story. And the way you do that is isolation. The way you do that is silence. The way you do that is linking with people who are creating a peaceful vibe, people who've done it and got their feet up like myself. And so you literally have to close eyes and ears to the negativity because right now there's an agenda against Africa. They don't want you to see America falling and then to see Africa rising. They don't want you to look at Burkina Faso. They don't want you to see this new wave that's happening, how everyone is getting rid of the dollar. You guys have to understand that's a big deal. That means one kingdom is falling and one is rising. It's very evident. And so when you do that, you allow the Most High to take you on your journey. So if the Most High told you to be here, it don't gotta be Ghana. If he told you to be anywhere on this continent, do it. Because if you listen to these YouTubers and these content creators, they're looking for likes. We call it clickbait. They're looking to get streams. They're looking to get views. They're looking to get paid. You cannot gauge your journey off of someone who wants likes. You will never make it here. You will always be afraid here. I don't sleep in the trees. I don't live amongst lions, tigers, and bears. I'm not going hungry. There's plenty of food just all around my land, let alone all around this country. Yeah. So my advice will be to shut up. Don't even tell nobody you're moving. Be quiet. Do what the Most High says to do. it don't gotta be me that you link with. If it's somebody else that you feel like got a good vibe, link with them and stick with them. Don't let nobody tear you away from that person. Don't let nobody talk bad about that person. Stick with them and build you a positive tribe. And then watch how the Most High just guide you, lead you, and then more importantly, watch how what you need find you. If it's money you need, if it's relationship you need, if it's food, I don't know what y'all be saying about Ghana no more. I'm totally tapped out of that world because it's all negativity. And I live here and I know that shit ain't happening. Like I'm here and I be like, who made this story up? So follow your heart, follow the Most High, link with someone who's doing what you want to do. Don't be jealous of them and try to compete with them. Link with them, connect with them, and then make it happen and then shut the world up like I'm doing. Hey.
There it is. All right. And so with that, let's end with where can they find you online and physically? Where is Ghana Consultations?
Thank you. So listen, there's no more Gmail account. You cannot reach me through a Gmail. All of my stuff is based off of www.GhanaConsultations.com. So if you would like land with my company or me to help you with development, you will email land@GhanaConsultations.com. If you have a problem with my company, something's went wrong or something you don't like, we have an email. It's called complaints@GhanaConsultations.com. If you are a former client and you have left for whatever reason and you wish to come back, I am here. I'm open to help you. You will simply email client@GhanaConsultation.com. Also, outside of the website, we are on Instagram. That's @Ghana_consultations. We are a verified account, so you should see a blue check mark. I'm also on Instagram at Aleta.Israel. That's also verified with a blue check mark. Although I'm taking a break from Instagram, I won't be on my personal account till next year or so, but you can go on the Ghana Consultations page and you will be able to, see what we're doing, keep up with us. We're not on Facebook. We're not on TikTok. There is someone scamming in my name and in my company's name using my logo.
Wow.
I went and verified every account. You shouldn't be getting scammed anymore. If it don't got a blue check mark, it's not me. If it's a Gmail email account, it's not me. You can't scam www.GhanaConsultations.com. So go there and it'll show you what links to go to. It will maneuver you through whatever questions that you have. So I've simplified it for you. No more scamming, guys.
That's great. And that's really important because as you grow, and that's one of the other things I think we should talk about too, is that as you grow, people will copy your business. People will try to use your name. It's happened to you. Jay Cameron has mentioned it. There are a number of different folks that are going through this issue now. So with that,
I have to mention it though. The scammer has made, and we know this because he's under investigation. They haven't figured out yet, but the scamming is so deep that we just learned this man has made upward of $120,000 off my name, off people giving, thinking they buying into me, buying into Ghana Consultations, sending money. And that also created this whole world of people that thinking I was doing something wrong because they thought they was talking to me. And so once we did tracking, we like, look, you didn't send it to me. Look at the name. And they're like, damn. But that's how excited my people is. That's why he's able to do all of this. That's how excited the people are to get to me, to get to Ghana, and to have my help, that you guys are moving so fast that you're not even realizing you just deposited money into a name that said like Cindy, whatever, Ortega, whatever, I don't know. And you're like, hey, Elita, I sent you money. And I'm like, really? So all of my things are organized now. Like my bank name is my company name. Slow down. I know you're excited. I know you happy to get to Ghana, change your life, happy to get off grid, but don't just give your money to anybody. I do video calls before I take anything from anybody. I will not even let you buy land until you sign 5 contracts.
Everything that she just mentioned, all of her social media and website will all be in the description below. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Share this with anybody you know who's thinking about moving to Ghana, who's looking for a place to live. And of course, make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe so that you are notified every time a new video comes out. I want to thank you again for doing this.
Thank you for having me, Joe.
Of course. And I want to thank you guys for watching. If you made it all the way through to the end of this video, I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys. All right, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share it with your friends. All right, see you on the next video.